Okay, so here we are in the M3. I'm shooting this with my iPhone, so I apologize. But down here you will see there's a gear selector, and that gear selector shows 0 right now. It shows the pattern of to the left and up for reverse, and to the right it goes to the different manual and automatic modes. But we're in neutral now, so if you rev your engine, it just revs. Okay. And down here's the gear shift, and if we do this with it, we are now in reverse. If we come back down here, we're in neutral. Now if we push this over once, you can see that it shows we're in first gear, and you'll notice that there's a little A off to the right, and that A means to push over you turn into automatic mode. So what we'll do is we'll show you that, and now you can see the A is moved next to the 1. This gives you automatic mode. To show off the differences in what it does, I'll start off right now. So we're in auto mode. Okay, and as you can see on my steering wheel, there's a paddle there and a paddle there. I will do my best to hold this so that you can see that I won't touch anything. As you can see, auto mode works really well. It does what it's supposed to do. But now we're going to do manual mode. I'm going to pull the paddle on the left here, the negative paddle to downshift. It's now shifted to manual mode, and now we're in second gear. And now you can do what you normally do. While doing that, I held down the paddle, or I pushed the paddle on the right-hand side, the positive one, and it shifted gears. And downshifting, just pull the paddle. There it is. Now the shift severity button is on 3. Set to 3 right now. So it is what it is. I will show you this though, as we're driving. There is a pretty cool thing you can do, and I'll give you the example here once we stop up here. This is the automatic downshifting. I'm not going to touch the paddles. I will not touch the gear selector. But the car will downshift and come to a stop and reside in gear 1 once we make the stop across this bridge up here. Alright, so pay attention. Here we go. Pay attention to the numbers at the bottom. We're slowing down. And there we are. There's first gear. Now, some of the things I was talking to you guys about was the paddle shift mode that gave you uphill climb. I'll show you that here. Once you're on a certain particular part of the road, going uphill, if you hold this paddle in, watch the RPM. And that allowed us to take off without drifting backwards. Now the whole time I'm not touching this gear selector, but you can use it. And by the way, you're probably noticing that the lights on the tachometer have ticked down. Those lights are specifically for warm-up purposes. Once you get down to 1 amber, you are in the good. Basically, the lights are there so that to tell you not to rev the car faster than that. Now, there's 2 ways that you can drive this transmission. The first way is to treat it like a manual, and when you shift, let off the gas, which I do 95% of the time, But the other way they do it is to have it so that you just hold the gas pedal in. Now I know that sometimes under hard acceleration it doesn't work very well, but in some cases you can. Just hold it in and let it go. And I'll do that here in a second. Now, we're on setting 3, using the button down here. You can see that only 3 of them are illuminated out of the 5. Now, we're just going to hold the gas pedal in while we pull the paddle. Okay, but it's not full throttle. And you can see that the gears are changing. And it's not too bad of a ride. Okay, so when we stopped the vehicle, we left the car in gear. The gear selector is not going to show that when the car is off, but you can see the gear selector is pushed over to the right a little bit. Now if you hold on the brake and you turn the car on, it shows we're in gear 1 and the car will not start at all. So you have to turn the car back off. Gear selector goes into neutral. And now it's in neutral. The car will start. So theoretically, you could use a remote starter in this car. But this is as easy as it can be. I'm going to put the car in neutral or in reverse to back out of the parking space. You see there is only 2 pedals down here, dead pedal, brake pedal, gas pedal. And if you want to go in reverse, you just let off the gas pedal, push on the, or you let off the brake pedal, push on the gas pedal. Shifting into drive. You can see it says 1. You just push on the gas pedal. It's that easy. Now, as you're driving along, say you needed to shift into neutral for some reason, okay, you can do that. Just tap it over, there it is, neutral. Put it back in. It'll go to the gear that you were going to be in or should be in at that RPM level. Works pretty well. One cool little thing I'm going to show you here, and I got a truck behind me, but he's not too close, so we'll see if we can do this stop real quick. Down here, you've got DSC button. We're going to push it, and I'll turn on sport mode. You can see that there is now 6 places for your shift ferocity. And number 6 is quite severe. When it changes gear properly, it changes gear hard. Sorry, I beat my horn. We're in shift level 6, and it shifts very, very quick now. So quick, in fact, that it does it as quickly as a race car driver, if not quicker than a race car driver. And we still got that truck behind us. He will be gone here in a second. The sport mode, all it does is increase the sensitivity of said throttle response. So it actually gets you closer to full throttle than if you were at 3/4 throttle. It just quickens the throttle response. And what you can see from this, here's your downshifting. It rev matches. Number 2, going from 3 to 2 is quite harsh, but it works well. And throttle response is just incredible. there was a double tap on gear. I'm in 4th gear now. I'm going to go to 6th. Just pull the paddle twice. And 6th gear is selected. Maybe next time I'll get a chance to show you launch control.